Hi guys, so this is Where Next, our journey. So we started making the show in 2017, that was 7 years ago. So we're just going to talk with all you guys who are back about our journey. So I came up with the original idea, which was Monopoly. Me and Alan planned it out, and then Alan sort of said, well, if we're going to do one video, why don't we get the idea kind of refined and do a Monopoly as like a series finale? So we had a chat with you. We did. And we met Jason as well. So we did our pilot episode, we did it in York. We wanted you, but you couldn't make it. So it was me and Alan as the team captains. We had Trent, and we had Jason as well.
This is Where Next. Go! Yeah. There we go. Nice one. Okay, where next?
Oh look, there's a minister. Ministry.
They're over there, they've just got it. I know it looks like a gas at school, but I'm not chasing Willy Wonka for f***ing chocolate. But both ways goes. 6 minutes, run! Oh, just in time. Oh man.
It's an hour.
That's it really.
Did we have a skip to the end?
Yeah.
What was it?
I know. Wasn't very good, guys. We sort of reconsidered it. We got some slightly better cameras. We got the microphones that are on top of the cameras now. Some of these are the same.
Round of applause.
This is Where Next.
We thought about Birmingham. I don't really know why Birmingham. I feel like it's because it was near to Caitlin's house. Caitlin's my cousin. She only did one. Birmingham's all right.
It was alright. First time I ever seen you and Alan very competitive with each other.
Very competitive.
And you were both very, very fast. Alan was very similar to Woody, where you just leg it and then leave his teammate behind.
And you brought your coat. Because
yes.
you thought you were going to be cold, but you weren't cold.
And
then you had to carry your
I
coat.
literally carried my coat the entire time around Birmingham. And after that, I never brought a coat with me again.
That's why they lost.
No. Yes.
Yeah. Then we went to Cambridge. Cambridge was awesome.
Oh, I wasn't in that one, so...
I wouldn't know.
And Trent only did one proper one. Oh yeah, you haven't met him? That's weird.
No,
You've
I
met
know.
everyone else.
I
met
feel
everyone
like
else.
I've met Trent, but I think that's just the
Yeah.
stories being told by everyone else.
Everyone knows Trent, but
I
he was
don't
only
know
in one because he went back to Australia. So Cambridge is the one where we got kicked out of the shopping centre, and I think a few episodes later then we decided that you can't go inside anywhere that's inside unless you kind of ask. But then Manchester is the one where we had come together. It was me and you on the team for the first time, Jason and Alan on the team for the first time together, and that's who we took through the rest of the series. It was a little bit long. It was 17 minutes. It didn't need to be 17 minutes long, but it was good. That is the first one we won.
It's the first one I won.
Yeah. We were happy as well because we'd kind of got all the ideas in place, and Manchester, we felt like it went really well. There was no out of focus shots like there was in Cambridge, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we did Leeds and York in one day. That was silly.
You're brave.
Very silly. No, do you know what? It was brave and it wasn't fun though.
It wasn't big, it wasn't
No,
clever.
Leeds was good, but I think you can tell in York that we're just like...
Done. We
Like
were
me and
done.
Jace actually went and just sat and had a cake.
I know.
Because that was back when it was an hour and a half.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That
I
was,
think the
it was
points
too
were
long.
also very much more
Yeah.
spread out as well at that point.
And then we went to London to do Monopoly, which was the whole thing. And do you know what?
So
It would have been
cool.
so good if I had not left the cameras on the wrong settings.
You had one job.
It's not funny because Alan's camera looks normal with the wide view, and then Amber's barely in the show because the camera's just zoomed into me. And we were sat there at the end, and I looked at this camera and I was like... I just realised mine's still on narrow.
Has it been on narrow all day?
Nah, that's got me in it, hasn't it?
I know, but yeah, it's not Amber's shot.
All of Woody's points are null and void. Final decision.
My soul just left. No! But it did give us the opportunity to go back to London and actually do it properly, and not Monopoly.
Well, because of the locations that were like on the board itself, they were so spread out.
Really spread out. We didn't even go to Old Kent Road.
Old Kent Road is at the start of Monopoly.
Yeah, we never went there. It's too far away.
You've already ruined it.
We also had to use public transport.
And I think after London we were like, no public transport now, because there was just clips of like us just sat on trams in Manchester, underground. It was fun though. London was fun.
It was
It just
fun.
doesn't look good
It
because
was-
of my camera
we were up
issues.
so early that morning. If you ever watch Where Next episode, we have got to that location within at least 2 hours before filming it, and normally we film very early in the morning because that's
Yeah.
the quietest
Tell
time.
me about it.
London was a two-parter, and I think it took us a long time to realise, well, Amber said it right at the beginning and I didn't listen. Basically, two-parters don't work on YouTube. No. And it took me until series 4 to realise this. Sorry, everyone.
I'm proud you got there in the end.
Then we did the Metro Centre, so we were allowed in the shopping centre for this one because we did actually ask them. No running though. They said specifically no running.
That was really hard. Like, it was a lot of power walking.
It was also super dark in
Alan
there.
was
So
wearing
dark.
a unicorn onesie.
He was.
He
Well, that
was.
was his
So that's
forfeit.
pretty weird. Anyway.
That was his forfeit for not winning the series.
That was so theatrical.
You guys might have won, but you didn't. Because Jason forgot to save half of his photos. And the rules in those days were, because they were on Snapchat, if you don't save the photo, you don't get the point.
That was our first official Christmas.
It was our first official Christmas episode. It was the only episode that me and Alan were on a team for, which was kind of nice because it was Alan's last one. And without Alan, we wouldn't have been able to start the show.
Kudos to Alan.
That way. We're going the wrong way. I'm literally not going any faster than if I walked. It's actually a really nice building, isn't it? You're just saying places I don't know. Stop holding my hand and focus. We keep getting really weird looks from people. I can't imagine why. Fetch. I'm not 100% certain what that was about. I'm dressed as a unicorn. Whose idea was this? They're taking a much more logical route than us. Parkour! We hit a dead end. Parkour! No service. I don't like this game anymore. Yeah, whatever. It's just me now. Bye.
Series 2! Hi guys, and welcome to Series 2 of Where Next?
Was no Alan? But there was an Amber, and it was okay. But I felt a bit lost, because I had to then do it all.
Yeah, I can get that, I get that.
But we changed a lot. We started making it shorter. So making most of the episodes 10 minutes worked much better. They were choppier cuts. We changed the theme music and the challenges. Challenges worked in London.
Yes.
So then we introduced the challenge cards.
So we went to my favourite city in the world, which is Liverpool.
And you'd never been there before?
I'd never been
there
before. That's definitely the best part of the show. You just get an opportunity to see all of the UK, which is fantastic. And that was definitely one of the first times where I went to a city in Where Next, and I fell in love with the city. I really enjoyed that episode for sure.
Tell us about the tower.
Oh yeah. Basically, we were trying to find the Radio City Tower. I think after 30 minutes, we were just that desperate that we asked one of the members of the public, and the most embarrassing part was they just pointed and we turned around and it was literally just behind us the entire time. That was not a strong point for me.
It was funny for us, me and Liz. Liz's first episode as well.
Oh, nice.
And she won,
nice.
which is great.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
It was really good, and to be fair, I guess I had a bit of an advantage because I'd already lived there for 2 years. It's also the first one where I won.
As a team captain?
As a team captain.
Yeah. Then we did 2 in 2 days. We did a trip. It was a really difficult trip because it snowed. It was Oxford and Nottingham. We did Oxford the first day, Nottingham the second day. And basically...
We were allowed to run, but we literally just couldn't because of how slippy it was. Probably that was the most
There was a
times
lot of-
everyone almost fell over.
Yeah, there was a lot of almost dying.
Very silly.
Never again.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect the commitment, but I would have just
Silly.
gone back.
This was pre you guys though, so we were just kind of just ironing out the kinks,
Yeah, I
you know.
know.
But then we did Blackpool, which we
Yes.
filmed a week later. It wasn't snowing, it was actually quite warm. And that was a map that was literally straight down. Both teams were there for like 10 minutes just going... And we were just opposite sides of the road.
Yeah.
That's how I run, obviously.
Did
And
you
we-
find the tower?
Yes.
But Blackpool was fun. Then we did Scotland.
That was a road trip. Like the road trips. I loved the idea, but God, it was way too knackering. Like I was absolutely... Everyone was exhausted after the second episode we filmed.
We wanted to do a road trip because the show originally was supposed to be half competition game, half vlogging. That's why it's called Where Next Vlog. But it's never really been a vlog, has
No,
it?
really. There's basically a camera shot where we're outside the official sign, and it's so windy to the point where the camera just goes...
Oh, yeah. Glasgow was hard. I think Glasgow would have been much better if it hadn't been raining.
But this is the country we live in.
No, it's not.
is.
That's Scotland.
This is the island we live on.
But then the next day, Edinburgh, it wasn't raining at all. And Edinburgh looks good. And Amber made it all the way up the hill, despite almost dying.
Oh my gosh, that was awful.
But we did win it.
Yes.
Was it worth it?
No. But B,
Whitby was the Christmas special at the end of series 2. This is you.
this was your first
Yeah.
one.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it because it was the first one we ever had 3 teams. There was a lot more on the line when there were more than just 2 teams.
There was a lot going on as well. As soon as like a challenge happened, obviously the dinosaur, Jace's forfeit,
yeah.
was he had to dress up as a dinosaur.
I really see much. My face. Ah. Sort of. It's a bit slippy. Whoa.
But it was good and it was sunny and it was summer. I think that might be the first one where it was an hour that we ran for instead of an hour and a half. So I think that was where the
that's
cut down
it then.
was. And then we filmed Wales basically straight after Whitby in September.
This is series 3 of Where Next.
Over 4 days. That was silly. It was too many. We should have just gone and done like 4. Or
Still
one.
our lesson at that point, really.
Amber, you and Jason,
Yes.
you got 3 points in Bangor.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is the lowest ever points anyone has ever got.
No.
3. How did you only get 3?
I think you just walked off the bottom of the map.
You are here. You just passed Audi. So you need to come back here.
Yeah.
Come back all the way here.
Oh, I get it now.
Here.
Because I have no excuse either, because that was the first episode we filmed for Wales.
So you're not even tired at this
I wasn't
point?
even tired.
No.
We just don't work well as a team.
So we did Bangor in the morning, then we went to Carnarvon. And for some reason, I don't really know why, we carried over a challenge from Bangor to Carnarvon. Doesn't make sense.
I can't remember what challenge it was.
Find the flag.
Oh.
Which we got it at the end of Bangor, but we couldn't find it. So we filmed those 2 in one day. Then we drove from North Wales to Swansea, which must have taken us about 6 hours because the roads from North to South Wales are not good. Swansea was a good episode. It was me and you again, the blindfold challenge. There were some good challenges in that one as well.
Again, health and safety.
And
Very
we are
health and
very
safety.
conscious about that, aren't we?
Barry Island was good. You guys nearly fell in the sea.
Yeah.
That's so standard for
Right.
Amber.
Also, I think you guys cheated. It was selfie with a beach towel, and you got a tea towel, and you still got it. They still got the point. But then we did Cardiff Bay in the night. Not in the night. Like
In the night.
you can tell by Cardiff Bay it's getting dark. In fact, you were so tired that you just kept tripping. There was this one bit where you and Matt are together. You're walking towards some points, and you just go trip, trip. Cardiff. It was
Yeah.
a bit long. It was a little bit rainy, and the statue challenge didn't make sense.
Don't blink.
Don't blink. Blink and you're dead. Don't turn your back. Don't look away. And don't blink.
The statue.
Good luck. The trailer for that is great. But
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, you don't remember that.
but it was weird doing the landmarks and the statues at the same time. It
Yeah.
kind of felt a bit weird, and it was still a 2-parter, but it was the last 2-parter.
I'm learning a lot
you
from
knew.
this highlight that you kept making mistakes.
Yeah.
And then not learning from them.
By the end of series 3, it still wasn't what we wanted it to be yet.
Durham was like, I think personally, one of the first episodes where I started to think that this is probably the highest quality we're getting to.
Because even though Durham was the end of series 3, it was like the Halloween special, we filmed it at the beginning of series 4.
Yeah, yeah.
So you were Harry, because that was
I
your
was.
forfeit for losing Wales.
Oh my god, you're letting me go. Come on, Harry.
We're nearly at Hogwarts!
Hey, Potter.
Harry's got his wand, he'll be alright.
Yes.
Harry is certainly using his wand.
Back to the studio.
Durham was really good. Durham was Emily's first one.
And it was a lot more like snappy. It
Yeah.
felt a lot quicker and more like it was a race than a marathon. That's
Yes.
how I felt.
And that's the first one we had our This Is Where Next at the beginning. This is Where Next, and every week we visit somewhere new.
Each team is given a map of locations that they have to find within the time limits.
And we'd done that because we'd gotten some feedback and people still didn't quite get the game, because I don't think we quite got the game either.
No.
So we're like, right, we need something at the beginning of an episode to explain what the rules are. So we had that in every episode since Durham. And we started filming series 4 like a month after Durham.
Welcome to Where Next. And we are back for Series 4.
We did film Chester as episode 1, but we actually then filmed a later episode that became episode 1.
I don't know what happened with me and Emily in this episode, but for
I
some
do.
reason... Well, no, I know what
You
happened.
just want to get ice cream.
We just went to get
You
ice
just
cream.
want to get ice cream. Do you remember that shot of you where we're taking a selfie of city walls or something and you just go...
I really like Bristol. I like that big shiny thing.
Oh, it had a nice little quayside bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to run around the whole outside of it to get to that little train track. You ran past us to get the train, and me and Emily had just sat there behind the car.
This is when Woody started getting really sneaky about keeping himself like hidden from the other team. But, yeah.
And then we did Bath the next day. We were both pretty ill, and we were on the same teing. And we then had to do the 3-legged race.
Yeah, it was. I feel like we were just getting older, and our bodies were catching up with each other.
Catching up with each other.
Oh my god.
Your 3-legged race was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, we were in sync, but we're kind of the same height. But
Yeah.
you guys...
Three-legged race?
Yeah.
Right, so this is the 3-legged race.
This isn't a race, this is a horrible.
We're trying to get to Comedia. We still haven't found it yet.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
Yep.
Remember, your legs
Yeah.
are bigger than my
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 to you is 1, 2, 3, 4 to me.
Oh yeah, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Don't cross roads.
Who came up with this idea?
We've got this, we've got this.
This is like one away from doing like the sack race.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sheffield, we got lost right at the beginning. So it was Megan's first one. Meg and Amber went off in the proper direction. We went off the other way, and there was just a dead end. And then we went off another way, and there was still a dead end. So it took us like 5 minutes just to start.
The weather was good, which was nice.
It
Oh, it
was.
was really nice weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was
Like,
June.
short-term memory loss. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Ah, that was the sun.
The week after then we did Lincoln. That was hard, but that was only hard because of the sun. So obviously we did cold weather, and we decided not to do that. Then we did hot weather, and after Lincoln, Amber decided for all of us that we weren't going to do hot weather either.
I had to buy another T-shirt. I swear that much.
Oh yeah! Oh Matt,
Yeah.
Sun is frequently the enemy of wellness.
But also,
But also rain.
and the wind. And
Anything
the
other than
snow.
like room
The earth.
temperature.
Yeah.
Slightly cloudy.
Yeah.
Then for the next one, we did the maze.
Yes, the York Maze.
We did York Maze. We did it with Ben and Laura from the radio. And you were with Laura, and you guys won it.
We did.
They just got round the maze quicker than us.
We did. I don't know how we did it, but we did.
Hartlepool was weird. And the reason
we
for
were
that...
supposed to do Carlisle,
Yeah.
and then Woody messaged on the morning saying, "Now we're just going to do Hartlepool instead. The weather's going to be too bad by the time we get to Carlisle." So it was like kind of a thrown together.
Yeah, it was weird.
episode.
The map wasn't even that good, but the challenges were. And Hartlepool was the first one you filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I thought I broke my foot because it was like really bruised the next day because I tripped over while running. There was times where Matt had the camera and went, "Let's go," and then I and ran off in the different direction, so I had to stop and go, "Matt, it's this way." And then the like penultimate moment, we were running back to the bandstand where we were meeting. Me and Matt got cut off by a train.
That was
So
a long
there's
train.
a cut between clips of me and Matt just being stood there while this train was going past. And that's like intense because we could see you guys running in the distance and then us running towards. We're like, no! I don't think I've run as fast in Where Next in my whole life. I
It's
was
when you
like
can see the
so
other team, isn't
determined.
it? And Hartlepool is the highest viewed episode. But it was a good episode though. It was a good episode. And then I think we had a summer break. And then we went and filmed the cycle challenge. So for our Brighton trip, we did 3 episodes over 3 days.
It's also the episode where I literally saw Alfie Days in real life. which
Yes, there is a clip where like Amber just goes. The cycle challenge was one of the worst things I've ever done. Having to stop to take photos, being in bike lanes and not being experienced, and people just shouting at you to get out of the way, and I was just like...
It's also the angle of the cameras, like, no one has a good angle from down here.
We did have arms for them, but because of this bike, the angle was shaking, so we're like, right, it has to be here. And then halfway up the seafront, mine snapped off. So I'm just there for the last...
holding it,
Yeah.
so we had to keep adjusting it as we were
Like,
doing it.
That's real vlogging now.
Yeah.
It's one of those hindsight things where in hindsight, we shouldn't have done it.
No.
But the other 2 though were really good. So the next day we did Tunbridge Wells, and it was the first one that Sammy was in. And this is when we were thinking about Where Next with the Stars. So Tunbridge Wells was then episode 1.
Royal Tunbridge Wells.
Royal Tunbridge Wells. But Tunbridge Wells, I feel like that was the time we had a good intro and we had a good ending. And then you said that I needed makeup. I was just too red. And I get a really red face. I don't anymore because of the makeup.
It's the red nose.
We have the makeup. And then Brighton was the next day. We had Sammy back, which was great.
In Brighton, one of the challenges was find a building with a mural on it. And for pretty much the full episode, I was calling it a Muriel.
Find a building with a mural on it.
Muriel?
Mural.
Fine building with a more
With a mural. Did you just say mural?
And Matt was there.
Matt was just stood there
Yeah.
waiting for it. Hello, Matt, and you were like, okay, it's your challenge.
But I think we did the flag challenge after because we were going to do it as 2 parts. And Amber basically said,
No.
You learnt something.
You learnt one thing.
You learnt one thing.
well, Amber's better than me. I'm not very good at learning
No.
or listening or explaining. But by the end of series 4, Amber was making most of the decisions because they're usually better than me.
You know, you still came up with the idea, I guess.
That is fair.
And then we filmed the Christmas market.
Yay! Do you remember the bit where Ben and Laura run past you and then Ben just like yells in your face?
I don't know why I screamed then, that was unnecessary.
We just screamed at the opposing team.
And that is the only episode that I was not on a team for. It was you and Grace. Even though it wasn't your first actual episode, it was the first episode that got released. You guys lost. You lost to Ben and Laura. How?
Yeah, no, I know exactly how, because you didn't like your Woody present we bought you. That's why we lost.
So in retrospect, I think that your present was better. Because it was the little gnome guy.
You know that's the best one because that's the only one you could find.
The other one does still exist.
What was it?
He likes magic. He's a massive Harry Potter geek.
Should we get that?
Should we get my little gnome?
What house is he?
I don't know.
Gryffindor.
I will go Gryffindor.
Gryffindor.
Because he's a little gnome.
Yeah.
What is his present? Merry Christmas, Woody.
The gonk is so much better.
So, sweets over this beautiful thing.
Why didn't you pick the gonk?
I don't know.
You're a gonk.
Another mistake.
He could have been a different man at this point.
I
He's
know.
changed. He's more gonk focused now.
And then we went to Scarborough.
We did.
I really like Scarborough. I used to
It
go
is
on
I really
holiday
like
there
Scarborough.
a lot. And
Harry.
should have been like a full like tux.
Suits.
Oh, yeah.
It was like on the top half it was a tux
And then he had
little
little shorts on.
Formal up front, party in the bottom, I don't know.
Harry was so fun.
That was a really good episode.
That
I
was
paired with
I
you.
loved that episode. It was,
I was
so
with
fun.
Liz. We both just had no ethic to actually get things done at all.
I feel like you guys got like 5 points.
We got lost as well because it was like take a photo of the costume and we were like, where are we?
That's when we did the challenge changes. So they weren't challenge cards anymore. We sort of binned the challenge cards, and
we
ever
went
since then, Mark, my stepdad, he sends the challenges through at random times, and we don't know when they're going to happen. And then we took on board one of Matt's ideas, the sack race.
I do not agree with how that sack race ended.
Is this
Jason,
cheating?
He rolled over to the finish line.
Yeah, I
okay?
think he got a
That's
point.
What he did.
I think he got a point.
He got a point.
But we hadn't specified the rules. We didn't say you couldn't roll. Amber also had a very good idea in Scarborough. Amber said we don't need the voiceovers at the start of the
Oh
show.
my god, they were the cringiest things. Honestly, that was the one thing that really irritated me about the show.
Because it literally shows you.
And it does
what
work
is
better
coming
after.
up.
It does work better
does.
now.
Yeah, it
So
does. It
that's
does.
we got rid of them. And we had the newer titles by then. We were
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the gimbal by this point, and we were doing everyone's titles like zoomy, and they actually looked really good. And we stopped using Snapchat. We actually used the camera app on our phones like adults.
Why did you not use the cameras to begin with?
because of the
timestamps.
times.
Once we didn't have snap maps anymore, we decided we then had to send every point through rather than just half. So there's obviously so many people that couldn't be here today, but they helped us make Series 1 all the way through to Series 4. So we are just going to have a look at some of their best bits.
They're walking on. Oh, cha 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 cha. I am awesome. Where's the puddle? Which way? Good getting outside.
Hey, baby boy. I've actually never seen any of these places before. We were just there. Is that what we're going to? No.
I can't see anything. I thought I saw a kilt, but it was a dress. We've got cranes. It's got a butt. Oh my, that's a steep hill. I think we're winning.
My name is Dracula. So many stairs, Woody. I nearly died. Oh goodness gracious me. That's cool, don't help me. How's your lens?
Why are they here? Thingy. Oh, bother. Checking myself out. I'm just naturally funny. I can cut it there.
If it's not then, this is weird. Woo! Dead end! Oh, your hat's amazing. Ah! Hello, pal, you alright? How are we doing so badly? Come on!
This is amazing. You've got to be in. Follow the moist soil.
Dead end. Dead end.
Real stressful. It's sweaty now. Maybe we have a leisurely stroll back.
Always wear a dinner jacket, kids. Yeah, a minor jog on. Protect the oceans. Stop following us. We're coming for you, Harbour. Up we go. Amber, we're going to lose all our points.
What am I looking at? I can't get out the door. Rude. I'm really excited. Where are we going? What's a monument? Where we? Who? Whoa. I can't read the map. Come on! I've lost my trousers.
Oh, look at the dog.
Yes!
Another half an hour of setup. This is going to be interesting. Dun dun dun! Come for cheeky Nando's, guys. I'm a Barbie girl. My way on the highway. I'm always tired. I am really bad at reading maps. This is all my fault. We're bad. Oh, so what's this? Where are we? We haven't even got a single point yet. And my trousers are falling down. I've got an itchy bum. Map reading skills, 0. I've got all over me.
It's all about me. Are we there yet? Hi guys. We've got the 20, which is we've got to apparently go in the river. A boat! So sweaty. Just it. Sorry about that. Making memories.
Oh, no! That means we...
I'm sorry. We are very bad at this. Excuse me.
Back in Series 1, when we think about Monopoly, one of our ideas was what turned into Where Next with the Stars. So to be able to go and do Where Next with the Stars in 2020 was awesome.
This is Where Next with the Stars, and every episode takes us somewhere new.
Chelmsford especially, it's probably my favourite episode. I absolutely loved it. It was sunny.
It was definitely up there for me.
Yeah, we were able to work with really fun people.
And it was nice to have a different dynamic, for sure, as well.
So we did Chelmsford, and then we did Southampton.
It was nice because they were all very new and excited about being part of it as well, which was always really sweet.
I've never used a selfie stick before. We're here. We're going to get back to 1865. Oops. Other time travel films are available. Oh, what? It's all good telly.
Hey then. I'm nervous now. I've got enough problems as it is. We are in the middle of nowhere. They don't call me Christopher Columbus for no reason. Is there no trophy? Trust in your source. You can carry on, I'm out.
Hi guys. It's all that close. I'm really bad at reading maps. What idiots. No! I don't like running. I'm not out of breath. That's it, I'm done.
It's Gia's show now. How do you know how to read maps?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, you need your maps, or do you?
God, I can't do it one day!
Where? Huh?
Hi.
Ow, I'm such a liability. I can't English. This is illegal.
Where is what?
I don't know. It's so confusing. Everything hurts. Oh, you promised me that we don't have to go back up the hill. It's just another Gia moment.
Whose idea was this? I'm okay with getting slightly moist. Oh my god. Nice. So when I smile like a frog, should go up there? Oh, bubbles! If there is a sweet stall up here, you're gonna lose me. There's a sweet shop. No, sorry. That's one brain cell gone that I really needed. Not gonna lie to you. Crossed by the green man. Sorry? No! I'm doing my best. Get that map open and let's have a look.
When It's with the Stars gave us an opportunity to go back to London because, as we know, I left the cameras on the wrong settings for the first London, but this time the cameras were on the right settings, and we filmed London quite a long time after the Other Stars episode. We did film it one episode before Manchester, the last episode, and the pacing was better. So for With the Stars and Series 5, our pacing was better. There's times where like one team says something and then the other team answers and things like that, so the editing of the show had gotten really good by that point as well.
This is Where Next, and every episode takes us somewhere new.
Each team is given a map of locations that they have to find within the time limits.
We finally made it to Carlisle.
We got there, and it didn't rain.
It didn't rain. It had been raining.
It had been raining.
There was a very dangerous moment right at the beginning when we set off. Amber and Emily decided to cross the road like normal people, and we decided to go underneath, not realising it was marble and slippy.
It was so stuck at traffic lights are my actual enemy.
But Carlisle was good, and even though we couldn't go there in Series 4, we made it.
Right. Kendall.
Kendall, I'm finally here! It's only taken 5 series. Kendall was really good. I was not expecting to have to run so fast because someone kept running away from me.
I don't know who that was.
I don't know who that was.
It happened so many times. Woody was just like, let's go, and I was like, okay.
It was that hill at the end.
Oh, that hill.
was
And then we turned around and we were like, oh, here's Amber and Matt, and we just couldn't see you anywhere because you guys had taken that shortcut around the side. I was like, where have they actually
At one point
gone?
we were going through like a forest and bushes.
I don't know where you went. Are we going off grid? And then I disappeared for a bit, and then you just went to Gloucester without me.
Gloucester was tricky because we lost basically the entire first day we were meant to be there.
Because it was raining. But the second day was good. They ran straight past us and I had no idea we were there.
We did. Sorry, Luke. That was the start of your losing streak.
I ain't never won, baby.
But then we went to Devon. You guys both said in your Who Next that you wanted to go to Devon, so we took you to Devon.
Yeah, it was a lovely little trip, wasn't it?
It was. And we had days off in the middle.
That outdoor pool though, it was salty. I wasn't expecting it to be salty.
Yeah.
Like seawater.
Yeah. But it was freezing cold. I mean, we went in the rain.
Every time we do a vlog, we just jump into the pool. Plymouth is one of my favourite ones as well.
Plymouth was lovely.
Yeah.
It's because it was
wedding
Ocean
cake.
City.
One thing I remember Kate being like,
Wedding cake.
how is that a wedding cake?
It doesn't look like one. Well, in my head it doesn't anyway.
No, it doesn't.
It was when you got attacked by the dog when you were at my school.
yeah.
When he was like, let's go, and you were like, oh,
It was a dog.
It was a friendly dog.
It was friendly.
friendly dog.
I just wanted to play.
But we had fun.
It was a close call at the end.
It was really nice, Plymouth, actually. But me and Kate won.
We did.
For Plymouth.
It was
Another win in
so
streak for
good.
Kate.
Couldn't believe it. And you didn't even win your hometown. And that's where you tripped. You finally tripped all the way over.
Oh yeah, I was a bit worried for Amber there. She beat it hard.
Oh,
The camera roll.
The camera roll.
I remember Exeter, like it was so close when me and Amber were both trying to find like the plaque, and we were right there, but we had to cross a road.
Another roads.
Roads just get in the way, don't they?
Oh dear.
And that brings us to the final one. So we've got highlights from each of you guys.
Up the steps we go. Oh, crumbs. What we'll do for the show, my senses tell me it's this way. And this is why we're gonna lose. We've only got 10 seconds left. Sorry, viewers. Oh, crumbs. Have we got any points? Oh no. It's that bad. What? Another closey. Cut that out. Quickly. Not happy. We can't bother about any of the points. Second. The cathedral. They don't have snakes here, do they? Where are you going? I can't see any losers. In your face. Slow and steady wins the race. Nothing to see here. Well, viewers, there you go.
Hi everyone. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. I've only got little legs. Kabuncle. My brain stopped. Oh, meow. Cheese, 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 cheese. I don't know where that is. We're winning this no matter what. Why are we children? Oh. They don't know what we know. I'm just confused. Or do we care? No.
Go, go, go. I got no sense of direction. There's no way they can be near here.
Heck yeah, let's just bang it out. Where could it possibly be?
That's here. Quick, 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 quick. Get it, get it, get it.
Oh shoot, we need to go back.
No.
Like, follow, and subscribe, kids.
My body is tired. I got thrown off my rhythms. Silly old Licky might win.
Let's go.
Aha! There it is! Hello. Where is it?
Great silly goose.
Ah! But where?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, what a shame. Sweating in places I didn't even know I could sweat. Bit rude if you ask me. How much longer? On what planet is that a wedding cake? Never. I nearly choked on my sausage roll. Absolute epitome of health right here. Are you having me on? Come on, quickly! Fantastic content. I can hear people in stress. Go big or go home.
I'm Cam.
Right.
I'm Cam. I'm Cam. I'm Cam. Hello again. How cool is this? I've never been this nervous about one. It's so tense. Humour isn't really my strong point. Behave, hair. Ooh, this is so confusing. It's pretty big. So down. It's just not safe, is it? I hate running. Wait.
Keep going, keep going.
Oh, that almost killed me. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Here they come.
Have we lost again?
Gosh, I'm so sweaty. Sweaty belly. Have we just dead-ended ourselves? Run! Whoa. I love how unfit we are. Oh, blooming read.
It's a red light, anyway.
Oh no. Oh no. God, I sounded so Yorkshire there.
No!
I don't know where we are. There's one!
Yep, Amber's a legend.
That's nuts! I have no clue where we are. Oh, there's a challenge!
Cheersicles.
You got it first! How we just won? I don't get it. I still can't believe that happened.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
I see it! Run! I'm going the wrong way!
My life is a shambles.
Keep going!
I don't know where any of these things are. We just took a picture of the wrong thing. Now I'm the tall one.
Oh my god, why are these steps so big?
Scary fences in the way. Why didn't you tell me this was happening?
What? Where are we going?
Should we have a re-evaluation? Where is he? Are we winning yet?
We can do this!
I did not care for that smell.
Sorry.
I'm not in the show. Whoa. Sorry, not sorry. I actually nearly died. Cheese! This is a ridiculous show. Rude, but okay. We're the short team. That is factually correct. Parkour! I'm going as fast as I can. Parkour! You silly Billy.
I am so old.
And this is not okay. That's a building.
What is happening?
Well, go. A woody jog.
Are you sure?
No, I'm terrible. Every man for himself. Nah. I am shattered. And I'll tell you what. Oh, we're gonna die. What? That is savage.
What a joke.
This is the gardens.
Yes.
Quick. Bye. One minute.
Go.
Oh yeah.
I might start crying. That has just knocked my face off. What a silly old show this is. So to finish off our journey, you guys haven't seen it yet. We are gonna watch Manchester. It is the last one. Okay, on your marks, get set, go!
If they're up here, I'm gonna cry. Shoot!
I have no clue where we are.
Kate and Sammy are on like another level.
It's all kicking off.
You've never won one. And I'm gonna win this one.
Oh no, this is bad.
Go away.
Bye. I can't lose again.
Challenge.
Oh.
No.
That's inside. You're not allowed inside.
We might have a chance of winning this.
Are you having me on?
We're gonna have to start saving some points for the rest of them.
What a way to finish WhereNext.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was really, really good.
Guys, thank you so much for coming and experiencing the journey with us.
And thank you so much to everybody who has been a part of WhereNext, whatever you did, watched our videos. Thank you to Woody's stepdad Mark as well for putting a lot of time and effort into the music and also the challenges as well.
And thank you to you.
And thank you to you, buddy.
Run!
Go!
Run!
Come on. WhereNext. That's amazing!
We had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
So,
WhereNext?